रामादिमूर्तिषु कला नियमेन तिष्ठन् नानावतारमकरोद्भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णस्वयं समभवत् परमः वाण्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I was asked to speak on something about Sri Valmiki Ramayana on the occasion of this year's Ram Navami. Sri Valmiki Ramayana is one of the most important Vedic scriptures, and it is not just a storybook. It is actually a textbook on the process of surrender unto the Supreme Lord. So it contains several important teachings. The most essential teachings are that Lord Rama is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and one should fully surrender unto his lotus feet. According to Sri Ramanujacharya's Sampradaya, the Valmiki Ramayana has 18 cardinal teachings. Out of those 18, the first two are these two teachings. Let me show them. I will not go into too much of detail on this because on Ram Navami itself, this year Ram Navami, we decided to start classes on Valmiki Ramayana using this edition that we are working on. 2 classes a week, 2 hours each session, from April to October every year. So I think that will be a much more detailed presentation, and it's something doable. So where is the evidence that Lord Rama is the Supreme Being? That we'll find right in the first chapter of Valmiki Ramayana. The first chapter of Valmiki Ramayana is a conversation between Valmiki and Narada Muni. Valmiki asks some very pointed questions to Narada. Actually, scholars of the Upanishads have detected that all the questions that he asked, they are about the various features of the Supreme Absolute Truth. So, Valmiki, it's not that Valmiki does not know the answer to these questions, nor is it that Narada is not aware of Valmiki's true intentions behind it. Valmiki wanted Narada Muni, who is a recognized Vedic authority, to explicitly state who is the Supreme Brahman. And he asked about various features of the Supreme Absolute Truth, about Brahman, Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead. And Narada Muni very explicitly answers that it is Lord Ramachandra, who was born in the dynasty of Ikshvaku, who possesses all these qualities. So that is one. Towards the end of the Ramayana, there also, there is a statement of Lord Brahma which very clearly identifies Lord Rama as Janmadhyasya Yataha. This point is also repeated in various places in the Ramayana. You'll find in the Balakanda, Lord Ramachandra is described as an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu himself is described as the master of the universe, as the shelter of everyone, as the Supreme Soul, the great soul, not the Jivatma, but as a Mahatma, as a Supreme Soul. And his glories are known to Vasishtha and everyone who is engaged in Vedic austerities. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam, the Supreme Brahman is being described as the great soul. Also, that Lord Vishnu is the original cause of all is acknowledged by Vasishtha. Parashuram also accepts that Lord Vishnu is the supreme amongst the worshipable deities. Similarly, we get to hear about Lord Vishnu's glories in the other cantos, kandas of Valmiki Ramayana. Aprameyam hi tattejo Maricha tells Ravana about Lord Ram's potency. In Kishkinda Kanda, Canto 4 also will find Tara speaking to Vali about Lord Ram's position. Tara will also describe Lord Ram's position to Ram himself. Sundarakanda, Canto 5, is the most celebrated of all the cantos of Valmiki Ramayana. Describes the beauty of surrender. Here also, it will be pointed out that Lord Vishnu's strength is unlimited. Yuddhakanda, there we'll come across statements from Lord Brahma. You'll find even Mandodari acknowledging Lord Ram's position. So, and this has been also very logically established that the Supreme Absolute Truth is Lord Vishnu. So, this is one of the cardinal teachings, that Lord Rama himself is the Supreme Absolute Truth, he is the Supreme Being. There seems to be a misconception that Valmiki Ramayana does not present Lord Rama as the Supreme Being. That's simply wrong. It actually does present. Another presentation of Lord Ram's supremacy is his ability to award ultimate liberation to those who surrender unto him. So we find here Lord Ramachandra, he blesses Jatayu with liberation from material existence. Madhvacharya elsewhere points out that out of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, moksha is the highest purushartha, highest human goal, and only Lord Vishnu can grant liberation, and this itself is a clear indication that Lord Vishnu is a supreme being. Moksha pradata sarvesham Vishnureva na samshaya. Mukti pradata sarvesham Vishnureva na samshaya. That's a statement by Lord Shiva actually. So, this is very clear that Lord Rama is that supreme being. Another teaching of important teaching, essential teaching of Valmiki Ramayana is that one should fully surrender unto the lotus feet of that Supreme Lord Vishnu. Of course, when we talk of Vishnu, we are talking of Vishnu Tattva here. This is, in fact, the second cardinal teaching of Valmiki Ramayana. And when we talk of surrender, surrender is a very loaded expression. It is the technical equivalent in Sanskrit is Sharanagati, also called Prapatti. In Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on Bhagavad Gita 18.66, we come across his explanation of the 6 items of surrender. He quotes from the Vayu Purana, Anukulyasya sankalpah pratikulyasya varjanam prakshishyatiti vishwaso goptritve varanam tatha nikshepanam akarpanyam shadvidha sharanagatihi iti. One should accept everything that is favorable to the Supreme Lord. One should reject everything unfavorable to Him. One should have full faith that Krishna will protect me. Protect, Raksha, in Vedic culture refers to 2 things. It refers to protecting you from obstacles that harm you. It also refers to providing you with that which you require. So one should have faith that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will take care of me. Goptritve varanam tatha. One should also accept Him as one's protector. According to Srila Sanatana Goswami in Haribhakti Vilas, where he analyzes this verse. This means one should pray to the Supreme Lord to protect. Nikshepanam. One should absolutely give himself up unto the Lord, which means that he should not utilize himself or anything that he possesses for anything other than to please the Supreme Lord and to avoid displeasing him. Karpanyam. One should not humbly surrender unto anyone else to attain the results that he is seeking. Now, every time we talk about surrender, we are talking about surrendering unto the Lord with a particular purpose in mind. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains each of these items. Bhakti Shastra Vihita Swabhishta Devaya Rochamana Pravrittir Anukulyam Tadviparidam Pratikulyam. To accept that which is favorable means to engage in activities which are pleasing to one's worshipable deity, which means one's worshipable deity refers to one's worshipable form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in accordance with the prescriptions of the scriptures which teach the process of devotional service unto Lord Krishna, to Lord Hari, to Lord Vishnu.